Look at that. It's just dang beautiful, people. Dang beautiful. This, I believe, they call knotweed. Look at that, man. All day long, this keeps these pollinators happy. You know, you got to keep your pollinators happy, people. Let me give you here's a story for you. I go to my buddy's house. His yard looks like he Agent Oranged it, because he did. Because he's got ants and weeds or something, right? I'm like, man, your yard looks like he just laid an airstrike down and napalmed it. Which he did, basically. There's a pomegranate in a container so I can move it indoors. Can you see it in there? It's in there. That's a pretty good one. But again, look, I let it shade. I let it have shade, man. You know, I let it have shade or it would not be alive right now. There's also some mint in there, peppermint. There's also this guy. God knows what is actually still alive and working. Sometimes I don't know. Okay, now I'm back to here, right? I kind of started here. There's some kale at the end of its life. It's been around a long time. There's some under there. There's that beautiful moringa. Really nice moringas. Oh, look, a little flower coming out. Looking forward to these moringas flowering. It's going to be interesting. There's another one. Tucked it right in with the corn, the collards, the kales, the wild quinoa, the grains. Again, this is all made of fallen timber from those trees and stuff around here. There's more amaranth. There's another grape. That one came unwound pretty good. It produced a little bit. Next year it'll be great. And God knows what all that is. I'll find out someday. Or you can feel free to tell me. This is katuk, by the way, in a planter, so I can move it inside when it gets cold. We get a little winter here. I do want this to survive, so I'm gonna move that indoors. The moringas, I'm gonna have to bank them in heavy. Hope they survive, and they probably will. So at least one, right? Now this thing, look at this thing. This thing is, holy. That thing is 14 feet tall, 12 feet tall. If I'm looking at a basketball hoop at 10 feet, that's about, I'm getting old. I'm like, if I could dunk it, no, couldn't dunk that. It's a good 11 and a half, 12 feet up there probably. Whatever this is, feel free to tell me. That would be great. I don't know. I could look it up. But again, do I look like a guy who's interested in doing a lot of work in the yard and on gardening? I am letting nature have it, people. Letting nature do its thing. Now, if this is an edible and produces something great, great. If not, look at the shade I'm getting off this. This sun is going to cook everything in its in its path today. And this will provide shade until 11:30 or so, and then noon you get some direct sun. For the last few hours of the day, it'll be sunny over here. But, you know, it spares it a few hours of abuse in the morning. I hate to say that about the sun, abuse, but it's very hot here. I forgot one. Here's another, well, here's a great example. Actually, this is a fig tree. Exactly like the other one, purchased from the same guy at the same time. Organic farmer up the street here. And it's small, even though it gets more sun than this one. Right? Is my theory. This has more opportunity for being pounded by sun than this one. And that one's better. It's bigger, healthier, and better. This one's looking a little stultified, a little stunted. So we'll see. This is that incredible amaranth. It might be Joseph's coat amaranth or something. Bugs really like that one, apparently. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, you can't eat the leaves, but I'm an American, so, you know, I'll eat the dandelions. Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? I didn't even see that line coming. Made it up on the fly. Anyways, so that's the long and short of what's happened here this year. This, by the way, is an onion bed. I should probably get to digging, figure out what's under there, what came up. And oh, there's another grape in there. You know, so at some point, all of this, when it gets cold, is going to be, whatever's left is going to be a giant, enormous pile of compost and make soil for the next round. So these are, oh, there you go, got some kale. Back to the front, right? So let's just do it. That was about it. So that's the yard. Now, when these neighbors of mine are like, are you ever gonna mow your lawn again? I'd be like, don't know, buddy. Maybe not. But oh, here's my last, this is interesting, and I'll tell you something. So here's my philosophy after doing this for 2 years. The first year I put in a conventional row lines of plants garden with all the typical vegetables. Look at this thing. This is a phenomenal grape that my neighbors plant, or people before me planted this. It produced last year, so I'm not sure what it's going to do this year. Oh, there's my moringa in a bucket. This thing lived through the winter, but is not particularly thrilled to say that it did. And you can see the ones from seed are way bigger. I mean, they're 4, 5, 6 feet tall. This one had a full, I cut it way back and had a full root system and all, but I don't know what to tell you about that. Don't transplant your moringas, baby. That's what I'd tell you. Plant them from seed. More for food for the fish again. Few plant starts, God knows what. Lost track. Lost interest. Yeah, not afraid to say it. I lost interest in that project there, so ain't gonna die. Probably. Told you, I hardened my heart to gardening. So, there's a tour. Oh, I'll give you a brief glimpse of one side of this. Well, alright, I'll do the whole thing, but no. Wait, okay, let's do like this. There's the other one. These are where the tilapia are, so they'll be warm in the winter up against this house under this carport. I keep going like this because my wife stacked all this in the middle. This is something a consignment store gave her. They're like, we got all this stuff we never sold. Why don't you come and get it? And she's like, okay. And this has gone on now for months. Every 2 weeks, another one of these happens. This has been picked over and given away to the needy and whatnot. And Lord knows how we'll ever get rid of that. But anyways, if you need clothes, I tell you, I'm wearing an Izod shirt right now out in my yard. But here you go. Last view. That's the tilapia farm. I'll get to that later. And that's about it.